What's up, friends? This is Manni and welcome to the single most overpowered, broken and forbidden robot in the entire game of War Robots. I'm not joking, I'm not exaggerating. This, what you're seeing right here, is by far the most broken thing you can run. The new damper weapon on the Ophion, unleashing pretty much the firepower of a Titan coming from a robot with a absorber shield, an extremely short cooldown on its ability to fly. Even Newton Titans are absolutely no problem, especially when you run the combination how I do it here with the Kestrel drone and the phase shift. That combo is completely insane. Another alternative would be the Pascal drone, maybe, to do more damage, but to stay alive longer is more interesting for me with the heal back and the gray HP restore of the Kestrel drone. So, ladies and gents, sit tight, get yourself ready for something really broken in the game. Nobody has a chance. Let me show you this here in battle. I'm attacking pretty much the whole team while I fly up, killing two guys. Now the Crisis came out of his ability there, had a stealth, and I'm dropping him as well. And then I notice an enemy Ophion with the same setup. And that made me aware that this might be a meta hanger I have to deal with, okay? So from this moment on, that name stood 88, I'm focusing him, making sure that I will drop this thing, because with the same weapons he can really be a dangerous thing to me, and I'm not allowing him to get into another ability. So he respawns, however, in his next robot, an Ohokochi, and without any patience he activates his ability just to get into battle with me again, trying to take revenge, but I'm just gonna wait it out. Now I know he's reloading, so I'm already moving out, coming towards him, his ability is over, and I just dropped that entire Ohokochi in a matter of a few split seconds, no problem at all. He respawns in a Dagon robot. I'm instantly refocusing on him and almost killing the whole thing. The only reason he is not dead is because I landed in cover before I could really finish him off, and I believe my clip wasn't even full when I started firing at him. Now, I'm still focusing him and eyeballing him. My abilities are ready, all of them. Battleship is ready, phase shift is ready, and the ability is ready. I saw the shield break he did, so I phase shifted, right? He activated shield break, I immediately phase shifted because he would have dealt damage to me during my ability run. That can't be. So, moving around the corner, he's coming again with another Ohokochi. That's the third Ohokochi, I believe, and a Dagon that he already had. So it's a tremendous meta hanger that he's running. But again, he was not patient. He ran in immediately using up his ability in the beginning and completely underestimating what he's dealing with. He thinks he's got the most powerful robot in the game. He has absolutely no idea. This thing here is by far the worst thing you can ever encounter. And if you run against this setup, using your ability just to get here, that is your death. You have zero chance from that point on. So I'm coming back to him because I know this is the meta hanger I want to deal with, and there is nothing he can do. Again, my phase shift was ready, my battleship is ready, my ability was ready with the shield. So even here, already the first Eiffel Titan I encountered in the game doesn't see any light. There's nothing they can do. And this, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is just the intro to this video. Okay? Now, even if you run a Crisis robot with a shield break ability and the potential to instantly kill an Ophion, you will open fire. I will see it. I know you will do that because I'm eyeballing you already when you don't think I do it. And I will just phase shift through your shot. And after my phase shift, you're still not stealthed on the Crisis, and I'm just gonna instantly delete you. Unless you also phase shift, of course. And when you come out of your phase shift, you're gonna be visible, and then I'll just delete you then. The Crisis has no chance. Even the Dagon with shield break can't do a thing due to the phase shift. And this is like the universal setup that defeats everything. It's like stone, scissor, paper, spaceship. Okay? Nothing has a chance here. And here, just to show you the hanger that we were defeating here, it was this one. Level 150 Newton with level max Fulgurtonans, of course, 3 times Ohokochi, then the Dagon and the Quicksand Ophion, so everything with legendary pilots, Mark III, most of it, and yeah, it was absolute meta end, top end, and he couldn't even defeat one robot with that. He could not even beat a single Ophion with this particular setup, because it's literally that broken now, ladies and gents. And yeah, I mean, this is really the most forbidden setup in the game. If you see somebody run this, yeah, it's the forbidden setup. Okay, so somebody who runs this definitely wants to win the game. and I show you this in the video to make you aware of it. But yeah, obviously it's my job as a content creator to show you the most powerful, most interesting, most game-breaking, also fun elements, but you know, also the other game-breaking things, and that is as game-breaking as it freaking gets. So I realized that this Ohokochi has just used his ability. I'm waiting because he's still making the pulses, and now he's gone. His ability is over and I can drop him. And after that, I'm looking for another target, trying to get back up to my little position here. I can't get back on the high spot. Maybe it was a good thing because the enemy also has a dagger, no, an Ophion flying around. Phase shifting through his landing. Otherwise I would just take too much damage here. Activating my ability and getting ready to drop him. I'm also trying to land back up here. This is a good position, but it depends what the enemy is bringing. So when there's too much coming in, it can be a really bad position because it can get you killed instantly. Right? It depends always where the enemy is. In the beginning of the match, the enemy was under the bridge and were attacking the beacons. They were not really paying attention to me up there, and I could sit there and enjoy that spot. And with the Kestrel drone, by the way, you see, although we have lost a lot of health, we're already at 400,000 HP already, again. And here's another Newton from the intro. I can even break 3 of his choke with the flying Ophion, which is very interesting. See how quickly that guy dropped? Because the freaking Ophion also has so much damage output coming from the built-in rockets that he's got. Now I added the battleship here to add another layer of protection to me, because my ability was on cooldown, my phase shift was on cooldown, but I have the battleship. So I have 3 fail-safes. 3 freaking fail-safes that prevent taking damage. That is insane, man. And by the way, mark my words, this is the last moments here you see the Ophion rocking like that. Pixonic is gonna nerf it, because this is not a new robot anymore. The Ohokochi is newer than the Ophion. The Dagon is newer than the Ophion. The Curie robot is newer than the Ophion. This is like a third, fourth last robot category or generation. And it's the most powerful thing in the game. By far. So, ladies and gents, this is the last moment you see this thing exist in its glory. We already know the nerf is coming in. We've already seen it briefly. When Pixonic accidentally released it somewhere, I think. The Ophion will lose its shield upon landing, right? You will no longer keep that shield active while you're landing. That means also you no longer keep the shield running when a Newton has you in choke, right? You will no longer keep the shield active when an Ohokochi bounces you away in the last second of your ability when you're about to land, and then you fly around the entire map with your shield running until you literally physically touch the ground. That will be a thing of the past, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be over. And I knew this was gonna happen. We all knew it. Remember what happened to the Ao Chun. That poor guy is a freaking shadow of its former self. It is worthless. It's barely even a fire-breathing baby dragon anymore. It's nothing, because it has such a short ability cooldown, a short ability now, with such a long ability cooldown, and then it loses its stealth already when it begins to land. It gets its stealth only when it reaches the highest spot, and let's see if that also happens with the with the Ophion here. Because, of course, what makes the Ophion so powerful is this insane duration on these Absorber Shields. Absorber Shield being the one that you can simply not destroy. You cannot break through the Absorber Shield because it literally has unlimited amount of durability. And therefore, with that long duration on the ability, there's nothing you can do about this robot. I'm blocking damage for like 12 seconds or 13 seconds or so when I start to fly, and then the cooldown is shorter than the actual ability, and then you're back in the air. Let's count the next flight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 seconds the shield was active, and that was a quick landing. Normally, or very often, you can extend the landing, you can land weirdly on a corner and you're not really touching the ground just yet, and you can make that 11 seconds be 13, 14, or 15 seconds. And the ability cooldown, how long is it? Let's watch when we land, okay? It's 11 seconds. So it's a shorter cooldown than the entire flight ability with the absorber shield. Imagine an Ares that has the ability running longer than its cooldown. You would never see that happen. And you see it here on the Ophion. So nerf is incoming. We already knew it for a long time. The only question is, how bad is the Ophion going to be after it? Will it be like the Fafnir, basically dead? Or will it still be good? I'm proud they're going to move the mobility also. They're always doing this because they know that speed is key. Speed is meta. Being fast means you have a meta robot. Having a slower robot not able to enforce the battle and force people into your kind of engagement means not really running a meta robot, and that is gonna happen. So we're gonna lose speed on the Ophion and we're gonna lose the shield duration. Probably having a longer cooldown, maybe even, and a shorter flight on top, together with losing the shield. It depends. There's so many levels at which they can nerf the Ophion. So yeah, let's see how terrible it's gonna be afterwards. And I'm, by the way, counting on you guys to draw your conclusions and your consequences from this. Just stop buying stuff in this game, man. You know what happens. You buy it now, and tomorrow it's gonna be nerfed. And you had a little bit of fun for it. You rent. It's like you're renting equipment. It's like a subscription model of power that you rent. Man, you can still run a Scorpion and kill all the meta robots with it if you do it right. You can run a Raven with a legendary pilot and the stealths and just completely demolish Ohukochis and Dagon robots with your stealth abilities. And it doesn't have to be the newest weapon and the newest drone, newest ability. Of course it helps, yeah? But as you know, this stuff gets nerfed later and then you're gonna be unhappy. So maybe it would just be the smarter choice to say, screw it, I'll use what I have, I use what I can get, and I use my skills to the best of my abilities and make a difference that way. You see here, I've done 4.7 million damage. The next place guy had 1 million damage. Where in my team the best guy had 560,000. This is like a power creep of maybe, I don't know, 500% or so. Just imagine. And of course this is gonna get nerfed. We all know it. And these weapons that also passively prevent any healing and such, you know, it's just what's going to happen. So I would just say, ladies and gents, just draw your own conclusions from this and use your skills instead of using instant kill stuff. Yeah, that works pretty well too. I could run the Scorpion with Havoc all day long, the Ravana with similar weapons, even other weapons for that matter. And I'm telling you, I'll be crushing Ohukochis all day long. Of course, sometimes I'll get beaten, and sometimes I get caught in the wrong way, and then I also get destroyed. That's fine. It's a robot game with destruction. I don't have to be invincible, you know. So let's just play this game how it's used to be. You attack somebody and you trade damage, right? Because that's what normally it used to be. You attack somebody, you trade damage with him, and maybe you come out on top, maybe he comes out on top. But that was when you attack somebody with a, I don't know, with a Death Button Griffin, the Orkan Pinata Griffin back in the days. Chances are you get shot back and you take damage as well, but maybe you survive it and you can do it again to somebody. But back then you wouldn't run around and kill 10 robots with one robot, because you get hit from time to time, you lose some HP, and the more HP you lose, the less chance you have next time. There wasn't even healing back in the days, you know? You know what? We all loved that game back then. And nowadays it has become normal that we are all invincible, completely immune to any kind of damage, and even that kind of damage that we do take, we can heal back with drones, and everything has become so different nowadays. Long story short, maybe you can rely more on your own skills rather than running the most broken stuff that gives you the highest advantages, because, you know, as a matter of fact, it's not worth it. These purchases are not worth it. You know it as much as I do. And just stop buying things in the game. The whole reason this all works with this ridiculous business model of nerfing stuff they sold you earlier, that's because people still buy these things and they still do it, and haven't somehow lost their trust in this company and in investing and spending money in it, even though clearly it's doing everything it can to lose your trust in that. So yeah, use your skills, guys, not the broken stuff. Yeah, catch you in the next videos, man. See you around. Manni signing off.
Bye-bye.